Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to Fixing to Fish. And today we are back at my quarry park. I've been here yesterday and I didn't see any signs of life, but we have some running water coming out of this slough, and I've seen fish in here. So they've been attracted to this oxygenated water. Brings the bait fish around. I definitely feel like I can get a bite here. And I'm going to be targeting the outskirts of this overrun. I think I saw a gar and a bass and maybe a carp. So that's a good sign. They're here for a reason. So the bass will be in the same place. So we're really going to work this spot. It's been really hot, which isn't helping the bite at all. Air temperature is probably around 80 something degrees. Water temperature is probably actually hotter. I don't think I'm going to catch a gar on a high tack. If I get bit, more than likely I won't be able to get a hook in his mouth. They're just really bony fish. That's a bite. Got him. Wow. There we go. First fish. Let's see if I can keep him on. Oh, he's fighting. All right, we got one. First fish of the day. Kept him on. I will take him. A little chunky. I think it's a male. Looks like a nice fish. Got a little bit of weight to him. It might be a female. I can't really tell. Been feeding up. So he took that bait. Got another one. So what they're doing is they're hanging out in the outflow and letting bait fish come to them. It's a little bit better. A little skinnier. Pretty fish. Look at the eyes on him. So we're going to give this Kitech one more try, and then I think we're going to upsize our bait to a bigger presentation. I have a feeling there's bigger fish out here. Sometimes a bigger presentation will get you a bigger fish. A bite. Got them. They are just stacked up in front of that sluice. They're just sitting there waiting for the bait to get flushed in. You really need these little hot spots to catch fish in the post spawn. It's so hard to get a bite out after the spawn. I think we're gonna upsize our bait. They are just destroying this little Kitech. We're gonna go with a much bigger bait. We're gonna put some scent on just to motivate. Don't be afraid to throw these bigger Kitaks. I've had really small fish bite on these 4.8 inch. There's no reason not to do it. It just makes it look better to the bigger fish. You'll still catch fish on these larger Kitaks. As a bonus, you get a further cast. Got him. This is just a medium action rod. I'm not using a pull cue or anything. The reason I can get away with a medium is because of this acid wrap. These guides will keep the rod from breaking, so you can get away with using a lighter rod versus a medium heavy, and you get a lot more sensitivity out of it. And it has to do with the way the rod torques. As you can tell, this fish had no issues eating this bigger Kitak. You know, look at the size of that fish compared to the bait. They don't care if it's a little bit bigger. There's a gar right in front of me. See that gar? It's a big gar. He's waiting there to get fed too, right next to that bass. Got him. Oh, I got him. I caught a gar. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I got him good. He's a big size gar too. This might be too much for my rod. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Man, I don't know how to get him in from here. Look at that thing, man. I can't believe I just caught a gar. I didn't think he was gonna bite that. Oh. Oh man, this is sketchy right here. This is really, really sketchy. That is a good sized gar right there. I'm gonna have to walk him around. I really do not want to fall in the water. Okay, look, there's a big bass right there too. We're just gonna walk him in. Man, look at that sucker. I've never caught a gar before. This is a first for me. Seen them a lot, never caught one. Whew. Holy heck, would you look at that. Gotta be careful. I don't want to get bit by this bad boy. Look at that sucker. Look at that bad boy. Oh. Man, that thing is like armored. If I had to guesstimate, I would say this thing weighs probably about 7 pounds. That is a big gar, and I'm going to try to get him free. What's really cool about this fish is it's armored. Those are hard scales. Let's see if I can try to get this out of his mouth. Look at that thing. Try to get a better grip on him. Look at that thing. He is heavy. Look at the teeth. Those teeth will mess you up. Let's put him back. There he goes. That thing was like 2.5 feet long. Whew. That was awesome. Never caught one before. First time on a kayak. That is incredible. What a rush on a medium action rod. Very, very sketchy. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reset. Take a moment. That was incredible. I'm out of breath. Man, that was incredible. That was probably one of the most exciting moments in my fishing career. Not only because it was a big fish on a medium rod, but because I had to climb out on that, and I'm not a young man anymore, so that was actually quite difficult for me to get on there and bring him in, but it was definitely worth it. I've seen lots of gar while fishing. I've never actually tried to catch one. That was the first time I've ever attempted to try to get one to bite, and he hit that hook just right. Most of the time when you fish for gar, if you're not using the right stuff, the hook won't penetrate their mouth, but it actually got caught in his teeth. So that's basically the only reason I caught him. He's still hanging out there too. He's still in the same spot. I guess he's very dedicated. I can see his shadow right there. He's like, I'm not leaving. This is dinner time. Alright, so I finally caught another bass. It's not a monster, but I had a really hard time catching this guy. He was hitting and running and hitting and running. What's really wild about these bass is they have really pretty eyes. If you're wearing polarized sunglasses, you can see they're almost bright yellow. I'm sure without them, when you take them off, they probably just look brown. No, they look pretty yellow. They're a pretty little bass. Trying to figure out where the big ones are. Well, the bite's slowing down a bit, but I did get a better bass. It's like about a 3-pounder. Not bad. Yeah, much better fish than the ones I've been catching before. She's pretty fat. This might be a spawner, I don't know. She's definitely a little chunky. And as you can tell, the bigger Kitech delivering a better quality fish. A real football. These are really fat. I think that's a spawning fish. So maybe they're not done completely spawning. I know they spawn in waves. So, you know, maybe there's a few still out there on beds. And I guess it's time for me to head home. But man, what a crazy day. I did not leave the house thinking I was going to catch a gar, much less a ginormous gar. A little sketchy, but we pulled it off. And I went kind of light today with this medium action. This is actually a square bill shaky head rod, and I still managed to bring in that gigantic gar, and I really believe it's because of the spiral wrap. Let me bring that fish in. When I left the house, I wasn't expecting a very good bite today because I came here the other day and did not see anything. It was really hot. So I actually brought my panfish rod, and I was gonna just fish for some bluegill, but I brought my baitcaster just in case. Thank God I did. Man, what a crazy day. I certainly didn't set out to catch a big gar like that, but I'm not complaining. Even though the bass was not biting as strong as they were a couple of weeks back, I still caught some bass, and that last one was pretty decent size, so I'm not complaining. I do hope I can land something truly gigantic here. I've heard rumors that there's pretty big fish in this place, and I'm going to keep banging it till I catch one. But as for today, I am pretty happy with that gar. That was quite an experience. That was a heck of a first gar to catch. I'm not complaining at all. Man, just what a crazy day. And I really did work pretty hard for that gar, climbing on that thing. I'm not young, and it's getting harder for me to climb up on stuff like that. I could have easily ate it the whole time fighting that thing. All I had to do was lunge one time, and I might have fallen down and busted something. Luckily it worked out for me. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, and until next time.